Peaches are popular in the Niagara Peninsula, a place that's become known as Canada's fruit basket. But harsh winters and a short growing season put Ontario peach growers at a distinct disadvantage, especially when imported fruit from the southern United States arrives in supermarkets long before Ontario fruits have ripened or even been harvested.
University of Guelph professor J. Subramanian is working on overcoming this obstacle growers are facing. He's developing new peach varieties based on feedback from Ontario growers to be cold tolerant and disease resistant so they can continue growing well past their season.
So we got to incorporate the cold resistance slowly. It's not an easy step, it has to be done fairly slowly. That's one reason we have to breed for cold tolerance, so that you can expand this fruit to the other parts of Canada.
Peaches have a very short 6 to 7 week growing season, while the market for growing and selling them is over 2.5 months long. Subramanian says growers need different peach varieties to meet customer demands for the entire selling period.
In Canada, for instance, we start our peaches in the last week of July and it will be over by around 7th or 10th of September. So that's the short window. And one of our objectives is to push that window further. Either we have to breed peaches that ripen late, somewhere around September 15th, or we have to get peaches that are little advanced.
However, developing new peach varieties is an extremely long and involving process, which from pollination to the final growing stages can take between 15 and 20 years. In the meantime, though, Subramanian and his fellow researchers test the different varieties to determine which are the most resistant to disease, which are the most flavorful, and are the most tolerant to Canada's colder growing climate.
During the blooming period, which is early May, we come out to the field and do a process called emasculation, whereby we manually remove all the pollen and pollen structures in the flowers.
Subramanian and his team will then cross-pollinate upwards of 10,000 peach flowers in a process that's called hybridization. From there, usually only 200 to 300 of these flowers will carry through to fruit, with only 100 reaching maturity once the process is finished. Subramanian also conducts field and laboratory trials in collaboration with other Vineland scientists to see which peach varieties have the best resistance to troublesome diseases such as bacterial leaf. This disease leaves pitted black spots on peaches. He's also studying brown rot, a fungal infection that causes ripening fruit to prematurely decay. The peach varieties that show the best resistance are then further developed and compared against other established varieties for superior taste or cold tolerance.
Since the grower community is fairly small, we have an excellent rapport with them. And at least once in a year, we will have a field day. And during that field day, we will exhibit all our new products, that is, this breeding lines and selections that are coming up and with the dates that they are maturing. And they will have an opportunity to taste it, and we'll get feedback from them.
Subramanian's main goal is to help the Ontario fruit industry remain competitive against imports from South America and the United States. From the Vineland Research and Innovation Center, I'm Joey Soblich reporting for Spark Air.